Thank you, Mr Assistant President. I rise to take note of answers today given by the Treasurer and Ministers Jackson and Houssos. We heard today how good it is that the New South Wales budget has a new focus, and for the second year we have had a wellbeing statement, so we're looking at why we're spending money, not just what we're spending it on. If we're thinking about fundamental issues to do with wellbeing, then surely liberty is one of those fundamental issues, and surely being paid appropriately for the work done is another one of those issues that go to well-being. Yet, when the Treasurer was asked about whether or not money had been allocated in his budget to the anti-slavery hotline, he really didn't seem to be across the detail. He didn't really seem to be sure. And he said, oh, well, there's some money for the office. Great. There's money for the office, which there should be, especially given that they are operating at well below the staff projections that were made when they were established because of a consistent underfunding of that office. But it is very clear from the budget, it is very clear from the Treasurer's answer today, when he was using that old trick of let's distract, let's talk about anything else, let's yell at the opposition, because he couldn't say, yes, in my budget, I found $2.5 million to fund the anti-slavery hotline. $2.5 million called out by the coroner investigating the death of young Jerwin Royupa, who did not have that hotline available to him and thought his best option was to jump out of a moving car. I am so disappointed in this Treasurer. I am so disappointed in this budget. What is the point of a wellbeing statement if we cannot look at something as fundamental as funding a really important access point for our most disadvantaged people in this state? I want to quickly take note of the answers given by Ministers Jackson and supported by Minister Houssos in terms of funding cliffs. Look, it just sounded to me a little bit like somehow there was an expectation that programs should be funded in perpetuity. We know that everything is funded on funding cycles 4 year forward, sometimes 10 years. And when that funding cycle comes to an end, if it is a good program, it is an expectation that whoever is in government at that time will fund again. And new funding is new solutions, new programs, not maintenance.
Mark Latham.